Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started with the webinar. Good afternoon. Hope everybody's doing well. Today we're going to go through R4, SP3 actually. I know the webinar was on SP2, but we've actually got SP3 to a place where we can go through some of the new functionality in it. So there's going to be a lot of review on R4 in this webinar, and then we're going to also we're going to build on the review and some of the new functionality that we've actually been working on here. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So we've talked about in the past some of the new features here with R4, and we have built on these features in R4, and we've enhanced them even more. So with the installation package, we have continued to improve it. We're still working on the installation package, but basically we've improved it. We've made it quicker to install, less time to configure the things within the system during the installation package. So the back-end items are installed as well when you are going to install Frontier. We will be installing a SQL Server with the installation and all the associated Windows applications that are needed to run Frontier. We've also enhanced the operation icons, which we'll look at here in a second. But basically, we've updated the icons, and we've continued to work on that to improve the visibility of the statuses within the system, as well as we've added some new options that make it easier to control the icons and give you more flexibility in the way you can set them up. So I'm actually going to go ahead and take a quick look at that right now. So we're going to go and look at the operations screen, which is mainly where you're going to see a lot of the changes. So if you look here, all the icons have been updated. We have the ability to actually size the icons now. So we can actually make the icons larger or smaller depending on your configuration of your database and how much screen real estate you need. So if you have a system that doesn't have as many objects within it, then you might want to use bigger icons because you can get everything you need on one screen. But if you have a larger enterprise type system, you may want to make the icons a little bit smaller so you can fit more objects on the screen. Some of the other things are the statuses have been updated. So you can see this right here is showing us the status of the alarms. Red is actually an alarm. Blue is a armed alarm that is ready in case it goes into alarm. It will tell you. And we've also added some little smaller icons over here that'll give you a little indication of even a further state of the alarm. So, for example, this reject alarm, it is red, meaning it's an alarm, and it's also giving us an attention that it needs to be acknowledged as well. So you'll see that followed, throughout the whole system as you choose different objects, where you're going to get more feedback on what those objects are actually doing. So, for instance, right here, the X means this particular controller is offline. So you're going to see statuses, and then you're also going to see things that need attention from the operator as well. And then the Frontier Video, we've been continuing with our integration with the Frontier VMS system. So we now have, we do have the integration is stronger between the VMS and the access control system, as well as we've been working on some other things. We've got the mobile application that we've been working on, so you can view live cameras, you can view recorded video from a phone, from a tablet, using an app. And there's a app that's going to be available for the Android system as well as the iOS platform. So I'll take a quick look here at some of the integrations options on the VMS side. So currently we're able to take alarms from the Frontier Video Management System, and we can bring them into the access control system, and we can associate cameras to those alarms. So things like camera loss signals, motion alarms, things like that, we're able to receive those alarms within the Frontier alarm queue and view the video that's associated to them. So you can see right here, I have a credential BOLO alarm, and I've got a camera here that indicates that I do have video associated with this. And I can also go back and view recorded video along with this. So one of the newer things that we've recently done is added the ability to associate cameras to door events. So currently we can associate a camera to any door alarm or events that might occur. So on my watch window here, I can create an alarm. Well, I'm sorry, it's not actually an alarm. I can create a watch window transaction. And as you can see here, I now have a video event icon. And this icon will be choosable assuming there has been a camera set up at that door. So if I go ahead and click on this, this is going to show the actual camera at the door when this card event happened. So you're going to see my hand, me take my hand up to the reader. And so now basically we can associate all door transactions with video. So you can do, this is going to give you better verification at the door that the person who presented the card is actually the person who has enrolled in the system, because you'll be able to match their photo that's been enrolled in the system with the actual transaction at the door. And of course, with the integration, we can, right now we're looking at recorded video. We can also look at live video from here. So this will give us the ability to, basically have two things going on. We can see the live view as well as the transaction when it took place. We also have the ability to go back and search for alarm events or specific video footage. And then once we find those things, we have the ability to pause and take snapshots straight from this window, as well as export the video from this window. And we can either export the entire clip, or we can export different parts of the clip. So we can take this 5-minute clip here and we can narrow it down to a specific part of the clip that we'd like to export. Some other things we can do is we can do PTZ control from the window, as well as on the recorded video, we are now working on being able to do the record time by transaction. So we can do a pre and a post alarm time and actually define the segment of video that will be associated with either a watch window transaction or also associated with any alarms within the system. And then some of the other things that we're working on, they're not quite there yet, is the ability to hover over cameras and show quick views of video. So I can't show that yet, but that is something we're working on, to where we'll be able to hover over the camera and actually get a quick live view of what's going on at that camera. And we'll be able to show that to you sometime very soon in the future. Now, another thing that we've done is on the recorded video transactions, what I can do now is if I want to look for this credential, I can do a whereabouts on this credential, and the last transactions, this is showing me the last transactions for this credential. If it has video, it's going to be checked here, and what I can do is I can quickly review the video. So I can highlight one, look at the recorded video, see if it's the particular clip that I'm looking for. If it's not, I can close the window quickly. I can go search for other transactions, bring up the video, and find the exact transaction that I'm looking for. The hover video is also going to be implemented in this window as well, which is something we're working on. It's not quite there yet, but we'll have the ability to choose these transactions and actually quickly just hover over the video button and show very quickly the footage from each of these transactions. So it's designed to be able to quickly find the transactions you're looking for and see the associated video. So I wanted to also go in and look at the multiple credentials. As a lot of you know, if you've been on any of the other webinars, with the release of the very first release of R4, we have the ability to do multiple credentials, which is essentially being able to assign multiple credentials to a person. So I may have 4 or 5 different credentials that I may be using, and they'll all be associated back to what we call a person record. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and look at that screen real quick. So on the people screen, the people, that all the credentials will be associated to a person. So this is going to save a lot of time as far as administration of the system, not having to duplicate records to have multiple credentials tied to a person. It helps a lot with visitor, badge type management, and things like that. So you know, I have the ability now. This is the great thing about this now is this screen follows our other screens very well. You have all your record transactions, or I'm sorry, all your records at the top with all your record details at the bottom. When you come in this screen, you can quickly do whereabouts on people, find different transactions, look through the video, as well as deactivate them right from this window. So really this is designed to be able to quickly identify who the person is, their status is, their whereabouts. And then from here you can you know, you can administer this or do whatever you need as far as editing the person. So yeah, as you can see right here, Nathan Johnson has 2 credentials. It gives you each credential, and you can manage this from the person level and have a really good good way to administer the different people records. So another thing we're going to talk about today is the web client. The web client we've been working on as well. We've been adding some functionality to it. But basically the web client is designed to be a mobile way to get into the system and to do the different things that are done on a daily basis, and just to give you more mobility to be able to do those things. It's not a replacement for the full workstation client application. There are some limitations in the web world as far as some of the things you can do there, but basically what we wanted to do is give the ability to do most of the things on a daily basis remotely from a web browser. So if we look at that, so this is the actual the web client here. So if we start with operations here, we have our tree just like we would on the workstation client. We have all our doors, our devices. We have alarms coming into the alarm queue. At this level, we are able to acknowledge alarms. We can control alarms. We can do history on alarms. We can disarm. We can arm. But basically, all the basic type functionality that an operator would typically do day to day, they should be able to do within this window. It can't do everything, but it can do most of the things that an operator would do. So, we have the same thing with the alarms. The icons here, of course, match the workstation client, as well as the same type of functionality where they'll change states depending on what's going on. And we also have a watch window. So we're able to see watch windows transactions from here. Able to do some of the same things here where we can pause the watch window, go back, review transactions, or resume and get them in real time. And then we're able to also do things like control doors, so we can do opens, unlocks, hard secures, as well as with alarms, like I said before. We can arm, disarm, do our comments and reasons and things like that. The web client, if you notice, is designed to be able to lend itself to tablets as well. So if you look here, I'll leave the mouse there, and I've got a touch screen here, so I can collapse windows. You can see this button that I'm pressing here on the operations. It's designed to be a larger button, so I can highlight doors. If you see, I'm going to actually come up here to this button right here where I can control doors. So I can come down over here and control them at this level, or I can highlight them, hit the touch screen up here, maybe do an unlock up here. But the screen is designed to be able to lend itself to a tablet, and it works very well on the tablet. You can also do system setup. And in system setup, currently we can do people, credentials, schedules, and calendars. So you can actually administer your credentials from here as well, and you can do a lot of the functionality that's on the client workstation from here. But once again, this is meant to be used on some of the more common day-to-day type things. So we're not doing enrollment from the actual web client yet, but we are doing things like the ability to deactivate people, do whereabouts on different people from this screen. So we can see the different transactions that Maria's done here. We can deactivate her from here, activate people. We can actually do uploads of photos from here if you needed to update photos remotely. But basically, you can do a lot of the same administration type things you can do on the client workstation from the web client. And then we also have the ability to do schedules from the web client. So if you need to tweak a schedule remotely or add a schedule out from in the field, you have the ability to do that as well. And then we also have the calendar function in here. Another function of the web client is going to be the ability to run reports. So we can run different alarm event reports, user event reports, and things like that right here from the web client itself. So another thing I wanted to talk about was the solid-state building controllers. So we recently came up with the rack-mountable solid-state building controller. It's a 1U rack mount. Has the ability to do up to 10 serial ports or serial connections to subsystem components. And then we've also got a couple other form factors that we've added to. So this BC right here has the ability to do up to 10 serial ports, as the same as the rack-mountable BC, but it's in a smaller form factor. All of these are solid-state building controllers, so no moving parts. And then on here we have another smaller form factor building controller that has it just has 2 serial ports on it. So depending on what you need, the form factors will lend themselves to the different environments that we need to get these building controllers running in. So basically that's what I wanted to show you today. We really just wanted to run through some of the existing things that we had already talked about in R4, and then some of the newer things that have been added, like the watch window, ability to do transactions from the watch window at the video level and things like that. So if anybody has any questions for me, I'm going to go ahead and take a look here at the questions area. Okay. Let me see. So on the video clips, I had a question about which video clips were supported for the export. We export video clips in an AVI format currently. And then I also have a question of are unique access rights supported per credential? And yes, they are. And I'll go ahead and actually take a quick look at that. And I can show you where that's actually done at. So I'm going to return some records here. So right now, this is the person level, and from the person level, you have the credential tab. So from the credential tab, I actually find somebody who has multiple ones in here. Well, actually, I can just go ahead and add one. But so right now, I'm looking at credential 1 of 1. This is the access group level. This is how you would add access groups. So you have your access groups here, and you would add them at this level for this particular credential. If I wanted to add a credential, I can add a new credential, and then say I want to just give them production entrance. I can give this credential production entrance, and then I can give Marie's other credential general access. So yes, at the credential level, the access is completely configurable to be different. So the person can have a credential with access to one area and a credential with access to another area. Let's go ahead and okay. So I have a question here that's asking, I think, basically, if a Honeywell, I think, or DVM program can be the camera program that could attach to this. Tell you what, William, you can go ahead and email me. Or actually, I have your email from here, so I'd actually probably want to take that one offline to see more specific information about that. So I'll actually shoot you an email, and we can talk about that and get more specific to that question. So it says, another question I have is an additional license required to show security video at the door? No, it is not. It is not an additional license. Once you are using the camera, or you have a camera set up within the system, it's just another feature within the system. So it's not a licensable feature. So then I have another question here. What devices and formats supported downstream from the solid-state building controller? So downstream from the building controller, at the actual device level, the devices that are supported by the building controller that connect to the building controller are going to be Frontier-specific hardware. So we have reader control modules, which are our controllers, as well as we have readers that connect to those controllers. So it is going to be specific to our controllers from the building controller itself. We also work with Mercury hardware, but at the Mercury level, of course, those are all IP-based, so those talk directly back to our server. So the functionality of the building controller is only going to be available if you're actually using the Matrix hardware or the Frontier hardware. So if you have any more questions about that, I can, welcome to take any questions through email, or you can send them through our support, and I should be able to answer anything else you might be interested in talking about the Frontier hardware. I have another question about the licensing of the web client. Currently, the web client does take a full license to run, so it follows the same rules as a workstation client license. So that is the current situation with it now. We do have a thing where we can do concurrent licensing. So at one point, at a certain point, depending on how many licenses you have, you can set up as many workstations as you like, but there can only be, say, if you have 10 licenses, you can have 10 connected at any time. So you might have, you could have, theoretically, 50 clients out there, but you'd only be able to connect 10 clients at a time. That's the current model for the licensing. And then I have another question: how do cameras interface to Frontier? So we have a lot of different ways cameras actually interface to Frontier. We don't we don't interface directly from the Frontier access control application directly to the camera. So we're not talking directly to the cameras from the access control. We're typically going through some type of integration or interface. So with Frontier Video, it's a fully different platform, or a VMS platform that we actually have created an interface to, where we're actually pulling the videos through the video management system. And then we have a lot of different integrations with various VMS systems. But with the Frontier Video Management System, we're able to create a more robust integration because it's something that is on an ongoing basis, constantly getting updated and adding features to. So we do have a lot of various other integrations to different video manufacturers, but within those integrations, they're typically going to go from the access control and pull video from the video management system. All right. Well, it doesn't look like I have any other questions. Nope. Okay. Well, I'd like to thank everybody for joining me today and taking the time for the webinar, and have a great afternoon. Thank you.